guys, welcome back for another video. So I wanted to cover one perspective in a little bit more detail called this week and kind of the different uses I have for it and why I think it's a really powerful way to view your tasks, regardless what app you use, regardless if you put it on a piece of paper, just the benefits of really having a list for a week ahead. If you have questions about kind of some of the other stuff that you see from system setup to perspectives, I have a whole OmniFocus playlist I will link below for you. Like I said, this is specifically covering what I call my this week list. So to get started, let me show you just a quick little snippet of really what the backbone of this list is. So the way that I use tags, I have three main uses. I have kind of this like planning priority type section up here, which some tasks might have these, some tasks might not. I have what I call my core tasks or my core tags, which every task in my system will have one of these. And then just kind of an ad hoc list of tags for some different use cases and perspectives. The main benefit to kind of having this planning section is really being able to tag things as this week or a specific day of the week. For me, my mind works by breaking down my tasks into what I want to do for a month, what I want to do for a week, and what I want to do by day. So this is a really nice setup for that. If you want to learn more about this setup, you can look at my Today Perspective video, which really kind of covers how this is set up. But when I talk about this week, what is populating my this week perspective is anything tagged with this week or any of these individual days down here. So this is a perspective that I keep on my sidebar, and I do check in on this quite regularly. So most of the time it's Fridays or Saturdays that I sit down and I kind of plan out my coming week. So that involves looking through different perspectives, tagging tasks that I want to do for the following week with this week. So if I click on this, you can see that it's tagged for this week. Again, that's what's creating this list here. And through all the different reviews that I do, at the end of that, I have this list that shows me everything that I have set out to do for the coming week. I think this is really powerful because it not only will pick up things or remind you of things you have to get done, but you can intentionally select things to do to move the needle forward on projects or key initiatives or goals that you have. It gives you time at the end of a week to look at the coming week and say, what do you want to tackle? What do you want to do better? My this week always has some little miscellaneous stuff. It has some bigger projects, but the intent is that it's a complete list for the coming week, and I really try not to add to it. So if someone, today is Wednesday, if someone tries to assign me a task and says, hey, can you pull this project together by the end of the week? The first place I go is I look at this perspective and I look at what my capacity is for the week. Because it might be really easy to say, oh yeah, no problem. Then you look at what you set out to do and you said, ooh, I have to, take this project to the back burner if I do that. Is that the right decision? Instead of, kind of living in this idealistic world, this helps you be realistic with your time and make those trade-off decisions. So obviously, as you go through the week, hopefully you are checking things off of your list. And at the end of the week, the goal is for this to have nothing on it. That's the ideal. I get pretty close most weeks. I've gone pretty good at kind of budgeting my time and knowing what's there. But let's say that it's Wednesday, it's the afternoon. I'm like, ooh, I really only have like 2 days left for work stuff. What do I have left in the week? And I can look at this and say, is this realistic or is this not? And I can start removing things from my list. So for example, if I say, yeah, you know what, I just can't get that done this week, I can take it off of this week and I can say, but let's try to do it next week. And it clears up that list. Then I can, debunk some other things, move some other things around. And on Friday, If I come into this and there's a lot left, I either know that it's going to be a late night or I've made some really poor choices during the week and I didn't get done what I wanted to get done. So I need to reprioritize. Um, I do this with my like home tasks, if you want to call it, or non-work tasks is the better way. So, if I'm sitting there on Friday, end of the work week, super tired, we're going to go out that night and relax a little bit. This realistically is everything to do on Saturday, which again, I want my Saturdays to be relaxing as well. So I need to say, okay, what of these should I reprioritize or should I adjust? Again, using that trick of saying, okay, next week, remove this week, clean it up. That's all there is to it. Not a very like revolutionary concept, but I think the power of creating a weekly list and knowing that you've mixed intentions and requirements in there, and then using it to help guide you through the week. For me, all of these things will have a day of the week assigned to them the way that I plan, but maybe your style is more you wake up on Wednesday and you look at your this week list and you figure out what you're going to do that day. Again, you're working from your intentional list. I have a lot more tasks in my system than these things here. I guess there's some work ones. So there's 42 actions on this. I have well over 1,000 tasks in my system, and that can be very overwhelming to look at on a weekly basis or on a daily basis. I really do not look at the project view or the tag view in this level of detail hardly ever. I'm either operating in my today list or my this week list. That's how I do most of this. Even when I review my system, I have perspective set up to slice it out differently. So I do review everything every week, but it's at a more intentional level. The first thing that I do when I build my this week list is I say everything that's due the coming week automatically goes on. Then I say, okay, let me look at all my projects, all the stuff that I need to move the needle on that relate to goals or other requirements. Let me select those tasks. Then let me go in and select some routine stuff that I need to do and throw that on. So you're building your list in a certain way to prioritize what should be prioritized. I also have the same concept for this month. This is generally a little bit more project focused than anything else, but sometimes some big repeating tasks can show up on here as well. So, these are the 4 projects I really wanted to do this month. I'm looking at this date. I'm on vacation next week and out of town. So I'm right away saying like, yep, these are pretty much not getting done. So we'll roll these to next month and kind of clear out this list. But this is a good way to kind of help keep you on track for the month as well. So if you have any other questions about this, let me know. It's I guess I should show you the setup here. It's a very simple perspective to set up. I also have a pull-in due soon and flagged. Generally speaking, it's just showing this week because anything that is due soon will have this week tagged to it as well. So use it, see if that concept works. Like I said, this is a great way if you have a lot of tasks in your system to stay focused for the week and to reprioritize. So that's the main benefit of it. And you could, use this concept in other apps or on paper or whatever it is. It's more about the act of doing this than anything. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.